giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
Hello, my fellow limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? I'm recording more than one damn video today, so you're going to see this up and on repeat. Okay? I am answering super chats from the June 15th live stream, the leftover ones. Don't know if I'm going to get through them all in this video because there's 16 of them. So I'm going to do my best. Y'all know I'm long-winded. Let's start with the most important part is if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. Did I say manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com? I can't remember. All my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. Let's start with, oh yeah, I have channel membership. You can join and go live with my peeps every single Tuesday. I have Instagram and TikTok. Sorry, feel like I gotta say that. And also, if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. I'm a basic bitch. Okay, we're not always fancy, sexy, saucy, but me showing up like this is still sexy, sassy, saucy. All right, but I'm a basic bitch. I'm a real person who's manifesting just like you are, and I share my damn experiences. And I would love for you to subscribe, come back and see me, and give me a like for the damn video. Okay, all right. Let's start with Sarah, as I call her, Moreau. But I think it's pronounced Mrue. Sarah Mrue. Kim, how do I stop beating myself up for the 3D that I created? Oh, I hate when I miss ones that needed me in the moment. I'm more worried about creating bad manifestations and then beat myself up when they do. Okay, you're being way too damn hard on yourself. And I don't care what anybody says. We should never beat ourselves up for things that we've manifested. I think it's a waste of time and it's damaging. Why are we going to beat ourselves up? We are human beings. We are not meant to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. We're not going to be perfect until we croak and we go back to the I amness officially, like as a whole, right? Right now we're fractals of the I amness. So, I don't want you to beat yourself up. It's a waste of time. And some of the things that have shown up in your reality, Sarah, there's always the option of perhaps that is nothing more than, what do we always say? Old story playing out. What if it was just old story playing out? What if that was like the last little bit of a story playing out? Now, I don't necessarily love the old story playing out thing anymore because I think that keeps us trapped in a reality we don't want to be in. I like to look at it as now, it is just a stupid little piece of the bridge of incidents or the proof of our reality collapsing as we step into the new reality, as you are stepping into the new version of yourself. So yeah, some circumstances might be really uncomfortable, not fun. And I know that sucks. And in the moment, it's hard to accept that maybe somehow, some way, this shit circumstance does still lead me to my manifestation. But I'm telling you from my own personal experiences, I have found that yes, maybe my shit thinking from a lower state is the reason why, this manifested. But not only can we say it's on the bridge of incidents, but it led to my manifestation. So let's start looking at things as I'm not going to beat myself up for something shitty showing up. Fuck that entirely. This is a sign that my reality is collapsing and everything is leading me to what I want as I am becoming the new version of myself. The version of you who has all of her sexy, sassy, saucy desires, do you think she worries about whether she manifests something bad? No, she doesn't. No, because she's aware of what a master manifester she is. So there's nothing for her to worry about. So what if it was easy for you to step into that new state right now? Meaning identify yourself as a master manifester who doesn't have to question that type of shit. Never, ever beat yourself up for stuff that has manifested. Please don't. It's a waste of time. And you don't know if that had to happen to get you to drop the shit version of yourself. Not that you have a shitty version. You know what I'm trying to say. That is helping you get into that new state. Now, I'm not trying to say that you have to have shitty experiences in order to shift your state. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying, what seems more powerful? Beating yourself up for something that's manifested, or looking at it as, okay, maybe I was in a shittier state and that's why it showed up. I can't talk today. That's why it showed up. Or maybe that's just a sign that if it's specific person related, that they're changing. That old shit version of them is collapsing. They are dying off. The old shitty version of them is dying off. The old shitty version of me is dying off, and I'm stepping into the new version. And therefore, guess what? SP gets to step into the new version too. Maybe that was nothing but your reality collapsing. Doesn't that seem a lot more zhuzhy than beating ourselves up for something that shows up? Fuck that entirely. You should all be telling yourselves that every single thing you experience is leading you to your manifestation. Give everything a good meaning. I know sometimes that's not exactly easy, but that is the best thing we can do. Because it's the law of assumption. What you assume to be true will be true. Okay? All right. Next one, Georgia C. Hi. How descriptive does scripts need to be? I'm assuming you mean scripting, and they can be as descriptive as you feel or not as descriptive. It's a personal choice. Do I get descriptive when I feel like scripting, especially like back in the day when I was scripting daily? Was I descriptive, like really specific in what I wanted? Yeah, I was. I was as specific as I felt like. Was I in every single manifestation that I was working on? No. I did not put a single rule on myself. I did not put any type of rules on me. And I had just about everything that I have scripted back in the day manifest. So it really is about what you specifically to yourself believe to be true. It really is all about you and what you accept, what you think needs to happen. So if you think you've got to be super descriptive, then that's going to play out for you, right? That's going to be true in the reality you're currently in. So why not just decide, no, fuck that way. I ain't got rules. I can do whatever I want. I can write it any way I want, and it's still going to bring me what I want every single time. Okay? Plant-based meows. How long were you or are you in the state of having before you start to notice things changing with SP, money, etc.? Okay. I will answer this. I don't normally like to answer questions on time-related things on my own manifestations, and that is simply because I don't want anyone to compare themselves to me. Because, listen, I've been in this game. Listen, I've had the channel for a certain amount of time, but I was not new to manifesting when I made my channel. So I just want to make that clear. So you don't want to compare yourself necessarily to me, but I'll share the experience. When it came to my specific person, when states finally made sense to me, I was in the midst of my own solo vacation. I would say it took about 2 or 3 weeks for me to start getting like substantial movement, as in us getting back together. And after that, like I said, I've said this a million times, he did not come back as his perfect version. He was still being distant and cold and shitty. No, not really shitty. I'm being a little sarcastic, but not the way I wanted. I wanted more loving version, but keep in mind, I'd only really finally comprehended and started embodying states. I was very new to it. I remember reaching a point where I just had enough. I was sick of being upset all the time. I was sick of worrying about what is going on and when is it going to change. And I made I doubled down on my fuck the 3D mentality. And I decided I don't care how he shows up. I don't care. It's not going to affect me. I am only going to put my focus on what state or who I'm being. And I did that. And I am telling you, it was like 24 damn hours. And we'll say 24 to 48 for the just in case. but it was like overnight that he started showing up differently. But don't compare yourself to me. Not every single person's manifestation is going to look the same. Okay? So if anybody's been at this a little bit longer, do not compare yourself to somebody else. Their evolution on their journey could be completely different than yours. Their entire scenario could be completely different to yours. So it's not worth the comparison. Focus on your state and things will start falling in line. But that was roughly the time frames. As it came to money took me a damn year, but I didn't understand states then. So I was not being the version of myself who thought she had, the $50,000. That's what I manifested. I was being anything but that. I was being the girl of where the hell's my money? That's who I was being. Like I said, I didn't know states then. So that took me a long time. It took me a year. And that wasn't actually me embodying. Not that I felt, because I didn't even understand the states, I guess is what I'm trying to make very, very clear. I didn't even understand it. I was just scripting it and hoping, you know what I'm saying? But since then, since I understood states, since that moment way back when, I've never looked back, and I make my state my priority. That doesn't mean I don't have bad days. It doesn't mean I have, or that I don't have days where I cry and get upset and get frustrated and I'm in a shittier state. I'm human. It's gonna happen. And I have had those days. I've had a month like that. That was my September that I've shared with you guys. I had a shitty month. My mind, I was struggling to get out of the state. I'm a human being. I'm still growing and evolving just like you are. So I'm just saying all that because damn, states has changed my life in every way, shape, or form, and in every single fucking category. I cannot stress that to you guys. I know I bring it up all the time. So all I talk about state. I know, but it's because I'm living it. I am proof. It changes everything. Everything. And if you're struggling with old thoughts, old story, it's choice in the moment. I've heard other comments like, I don't know what's going on in their mind, but mine is being an asshole. I get that. But you're giving into it and you're choosing it. And sometimes it's fucking uncomfortable when you have to decide you're not that person anymore. Yeah, some days it's a struggle. But not when you get on a roll doing it. It gets easier and easier. You might fall out. You might have a shit day, but you can walk your way back. It is life changing. This is the key to manifestation, is what state you're embodying, who you are being, period. Okay?
Here's some information.
Melissa, thank you very much. Not giving up, but exhausted. 3D is causing me to lose everything. Don't have time for a mental break. What should I do? Melissa's scenario, I believe, has gotten much better than this night. Okay, so Melissa, I know scenario has gotten better, so because I instantly felt bad that I didn't see this one that night, and you needed me. So the 3D is causing you to lose everything. So I know her scenario, so I know she's talking about, losing all sorts of things that we all care about in our 3D. And she doesn't have time to take a break, and she's not giving up. So if any of you is in a similar situation where you feel like you're losing in every single category in life, and you're frustrated, and you think you don't have time to take a break, and you don't want to give up at the same time, but you're struggling, first of all, that is okay. Feelings are valid. I'm going to say that on repeat. How you feel is friggin' valid. And when the 3D is showing you so many things that are frustrating and upsetting, and it makes you feel like there's no way manifestation works, there's no way, because I feel out of control, the 3D feels like it's attacking me. No matter what, that's the state you're embodying. And that doesn't make you bad or a failure. We all know this, but it's the state. And that's why we're perceiving it as such an insurmountable toll. And don't get me wrong, there are circumstances that can make you feel like it's a damn whirlwind destroying things in your life. I know that. I've lived it. But what I'm saying is when you put the focus solely on who you're being in this situation, your perception of the circumstances change, and the people in the circumstances also change. So I know you stated that you didn't have time for a break, but we always have time to take a few minutes to try to calm ourselves down. Even if that means hiding in a closet, hiding in the damn bathroom for a few minutes where you're escaping the kids, anybody else bugging you, just to escape, just to take a minute and chill. So it's always going to be my first thing is go take that little mini break. Doesn't have to be long. I know you're pressed in this moment, or if anybody else watching is feeling pressed, take the moment. You've got 5 minutes to go chill, Shut the world off. Go chill. 5 minutes. You've got that. Remind yourself of who you are in this equation. You're not just this flesh blob in the 3D stuck with a life they're not happy with. No, you are not. The moment you get woke up to manifestation and the ability to experience all your desires, you are not stuck anymore. You're not asleep. You're not asleep. And when we're having a struggling time, our ego, although we got to stop demonizing the ego, our ego loves to keep throwing evidence at us well, look what happened. Look what's happening right now. Look what happened in the past, right? The evidence of previous experiences, or the evidence of what's currently happening, or even the fear of what in the future is going to happen. Our ego loves to do that. However, it doesn't make it fact. Even if it's things you've already experienced, we have the ability to revise anything. We are stuck with nothing. We are stuck with nothing. So go take a break, 5 minutes. If that's all you got, fine. Go do it. 5 minutes. Remind yourself of who you are in this equation. You are a fractile of the I am. If you don't believe in God, I amness, your universe, your whatever feels good to you, fucking moonbeams, okay? You're connected to that. That is how you have the ability to manifest your desires. And at the end of the day, this concept of who you are, this Melissa or this Kimberly, we are concepts, but we really are all just consciousness. We are consciousness hopping into this avatar meat sack. And from there, we still get to decide who we're going to be in this 3D. And we might not feel like the woman or man on top of the damn world right now. We might not feel that way. But we know we can get there. We can get that way because there are no obstacles to the I amness. The worst of the worst circumstances are still no obstacle to the God. Did I say that right? Obstacle? To the God within you, or your I amness, or your universe, or your higher power, or your moonbeam. Okay? Take the chill. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is always going to be okay, no matter what. And I'm going to leave it on this one. Well, let me just say one more from Helen because it's so nice. You are just the best damn coach. Helen, I love you, beautiful bestie. You find a way to spoil me every time we interact. And I appreciate you. It does not go unnoticed, but I think you know that because I say it all the goddamn time. I love you and I appreciate you. And I love every single one of you all too. I appreciate y'all being here. I do. So I'm doing my best to answer up all them super chats that don't get finished in my live streams. I'm trying to catch up. That's what I'm doing today. I'm going to let you go now because I got more videos to record. Okay. So be good. Who are you being today? Who are you saying you are? It matters because that's where we're manifesting from. Okay. We ain't got to be perfect, but you can decide on who the hell you want to be. Yes, you can. And yes, it can be that simple. And if anybody's telling you differently, they're stuck in a shitty state too. And that's why they can't see above that state, period. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just me.